Hello, everybody. We're here with Andrea and James, who just closed on their brand new home. Congratulations, both of you.
Thank
Thank you very much.
No problem. All right. So you're a third grade teacher at Lehigh Elementary. What would you tell your fellow teachers, and James, your colleagues at where you work, what do you think about Teachers Can Buy Homes?
I think it's one of the best programs out there. I think it makes it doable. A lot of teachers think they can't afford to buy a home or can't buy even a new home. We bought a brand new built home 2022, and they can make it happen. The money's there and they support you 100% all the way. Ed was amazing from the start. We had started looking at homes through another realtor, and it was a difficult process. We went through 2 or 3 houses and realized that it wasn't going to work. I had heard from a colleague that Ed had helped her buy her home. And
Who was that? Do you remember?
Monica Peterson.
Okay. All right. Shout out to her.
Yes, for sure. And so we got in contact with Ed, and from the beginning, he was so knowledgeable and shared so much information. It made me feel a lot more confident as a home buyer going into the houses and looking at things. And he pointed out things that we would like and things that wouldn't work. And we found the home, and we found it very quickly. It was not a very long process. He showed us a few homes, and then we fell in love with the GR Horton build that we just bought.
Perfect. James, Andrea just talked about difficulties with the other agent. What were the difficulties that you faced with others?
So some of the other houses we looked at with another agent, and it was through an online real estate firm. And some of the houses they were showing us, they didn't tell us anything about the house. It was just, we picked out the houses that we thought, looked good online, but until we saw them in person. And there was a couple houses we saw where the real estate agent led, as we walked up there, oh, well, this has, these faults, but let's look at the house anyway. Or this house, it's an older house and it needs this repaired, but, let's look at it anyway, just to keep you looking at houses. Mm-hmm. And then it got to the point where, every house we looked at, then it was, well, what's wrong with this? Well, we won't know till we get there. And it was a lot of late nights after work, and it seemed like we were hunting for stuff and we still didn't know what we were looking for.
You're spinning your wheels. So how is it different with me when you guys would find a home, let's say, or whatnot?
Well, and the feedback was great with Ed because he was almost pre-screening houses for us that we would pick out and showing us other alternatives. And the nice thing about it was he was asking what we wanted in a house and why certain decisions were good and certain decisions may be better if you look for other results. And some of the houses we picked out, right away had certain issues that Ed pointed out beforehand. So we didn't have to waste time, driving, taking off work, leaving work early or late nights, trying to go see a house in the dark that you can't really see.
Yeah.
And it was a lot easier of a process, trying to almost see the house beforehand.
Yeah, it's the pre-screening part of it is what you don't know when you don't know how to buy a home.
Right.
And that's
so
a big thing.
Knowing what a pre-firm flood zone house is, knowing these things and researching the homes, and yeah, I'm like the broken record. It's like, geez, Ed, do you hate homes or something? You're always so negative, but you need to know all the negatives before you even walk in it.
Yeah.
And if those negatives are something you can't live with, we shouldn't even go see the house. And that's a different method than some just say, let's show you 20 homes, you'll love one of them because I'm going to show you 10 crappy ones. Of course, the 2 good ones and 1 great one, and they're trying to sell you that great one.
And that was the big thing with the other agent, where I was doing a lot of the work, researching the house beforehand, figuring out the neighborhood, how old the house is, when was the roof done, stuff like that. Whereas Ed pre-screened all that for us. So even if we sent him 8, 9, 10 houses, he'd come back and say, hey, out of these 9, these 3 are really what you're looking for. I can show you these, but you're not going to be happy in these based off what we had already discussed and talked about.
Yep.
Looking forward to our perfect house.
Yeah.
Yep. Saving you time.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
don't need to see 30 homes. That's a
Yeah.
myth. You should look
We
at
saw maybe
homes until you find the perfect one.
5 or 6 homes total with Ed, until we found the house we wanted, and really most of them were models through DR Horton.
Yeah.
We saw a couple outside of the DR Horton model group, but it was really, those were houses that were contenders with it because it was exactly what we were looking for, not just, hey, let's just go see a house just to see a house every day.
And then, so thank you very much, guys, for that. I think that's going to be good information for people watching this video. A couple things with the teacher coming out. We always say there's no fees. Were there any fees out of your pocket?
No.
Any closing costs at
No,
all?
we paid next to nothing in closing.
You paid your down payment, and that
Yeah.
was it. So, and then at the end of this, we're going to donate to Lehigh Elementary. You're a third grade teacher. What would you like to see that money go toward?
Definitely books for my student library would be great. I just started a classroom full of third grade retainees, and so my library is not equipped for what their needs are. Maybe some interactive hands-on centers and things like that to get the kids engaged in instruction.
Perfect. So yeah,
Would be a huge help. Yeah.
So we'll do a donation to third grade, and it's going to go directly to that because you already said that. So that's something principal and I and the bookkeeper will talk about.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys so much. And just one last question: what's it feel like to be a homeowner?
Oh, it's so exciting.
It's relieving. It's relieving.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys again.
Thank you.